Good evening and welcome to another refreshing episode of Sunday Magazine, coming to you live from the Unity Station, NTA Channel 5 Abuja. I'm Hakimat Ali Ibrahim. Today's edition is a special one as others, and it is the birthday of our number one citizen, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and we will bring you messages from the pulpit as FCT residents mark Palm Sunday, signaling commencement of activities for the Holy Week and the build-up to Easter celebration. Lined up for your delight are some inspiring moments and celebrations of achievement and remarkable impact and service, as well as cultural heritage. All these and more come your way after this time out. Stay with us. Now let's begin as Christians across Nigeria and the world mark Palm Sunday, commemorating the triumphant entry of Jesus Christ into Jerusalem. The celebration, which precedes Easter, saw worshippers gather with palm fronds, reincarnating his welcome with shouts of Hosanna. Correspondent Rosemary Motalandela reports.
And they enter and people ask them, who could be this man?
Palm Sunday has been observed by Christians across Nigeria, marking the beginning of Holy Week in Christian calendar. Churches in the Federal Capital Territory were filled with worshippers, waving palm fronds in worship. Clerics urge the faithful to embrace humility, sacrifice, and steadfast faith.
We need to take our life very serious. We need to be committed. We need to take whatever we're doing with all sense of responsibility. And above all, a Christian should show love. Jesus died for love. A Christian should show generosity. A Christian should show kindness. And a Christian should learn how to care for his or her neighbor.
They noted that Palm Sunday marks a period of reflection on the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ.
If Jesus is truly made king in our lives, then you will see that the nation will be good, and then the society will also be good. A lot of people today live without reference to him. Both leaders and the led, if we are to get things right, we need to welcome him as Lord and personal Savior.
The clergy also called for peace, love, and unity while praying for national progress. Palm Sunday remains a symbol of hope, redemption, and sacrifice.
And still from the pulpit, Pastor Gold Emmanuel of Everlasting Life Church has urged Christians, especially youth, to seek wisdom for effective living, saying they are being awakened to embrace the wisdom needed for today's challenges. He emphasized the importance of being intentional and focused in their faith, encouraging believers to prioritize spiritual growth and equip themselves for service. Rosemary Motalandela again has this report and other churches visited.
Equipping leadership and believers for impactful life and service should be the desire and focus for all believers, as Pastor Gold Emmanuel emphasized.
Wisdom is essential for every area and every phase of our lives, whether it is in marriage, whether how to manage our health, whether how to manage our business, whether how to manage relationships. We need wisdom. A lot of people have failed, a lot of people have faltered because they didn't act wisely.
And Pastor Peter Balogun of Citizen Church talked about the importance of returning to God to give thanks to God at the end of every month.
He says, though there might not be any fruit on the trees, though there might not be, crops in the field, though the sheep may be dying in the hill and there may not be cows in the farm, he said, yet he will continue to give thanks to God because God is the one who keeps him safe. And our admonition to people is that, look, you always have reasons to give thanks to God.
While Assemblies of God Church Wuse, Reverend Felix Churchman spoke on the victory of the cross, calling on Christians to embrace the victory Christ brought.
Whenever we open up our mind for Christ to enter, our life changes. So Revelation chapter 3, verse 20 said that he's knocking at the door of the heart. As soon as we open, he said that we come in with his Father and sit with us. So today is a very special day for us because we are celebrating the triumphant entry of our Lord Jesus Christ into Jerusalem.
Now away from sermons to President's birthday message. On the occasion of his 74th birthday, President Bola Tinubu expresses gratitude for the opportunity to serve Nigeria and thanks citizens for their support and birthday wishes. Details of the President's celebratory remarks and appreciation are presented from our studios.
President Tinubu, in a statement released the Sunday after his birthday, begins by acknowledging the challenges faced by his administration since initiating reforms, but notes a glimmer of hope despite setbacks like the Middle East crisis, and crediting the progress made to the collective efforts of Nigerians. Thanking his wife, First Lady Oluremi Tinubu, Vice President Kashim Shettima, other dignitaries and Nigerians in general for their kind words, the President appreciates the patriotism and solidarity with the Tinubu administration, also looking ahead to its 3rd anniversary. Rounding off with an excited happy birthday to himself, President Tinubu expresses confidence in building a brighter future for Nigeria, urging citizens to work together to overcome challenges and make the country a proud nation in Africa.
Well, also from all of us here, happy birthday to the President. And still on birthday felicitations, the FCT Renewed Hope ambassadors have extended warm birthday felicitations to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on the occasion of his 74th birthday. In a goodwill message, the group described President Tinubu as a visionary leader whose commitment to national development continues to inspire hope among Nigerians, particularly residents of the Federal Capital Territory. They commended the president's bold reforms and policies aimed at repositioning the nation's economy, noting that his leadership has laid a strong foundation for sustainable growth and national unity. The FCT Renewed Hope ambassadors also expressed appreciation for the president's unwavering dedication to improving the welfare of citizens, especially through initiatives designed to cushion the effects of economic challenges, while wishing him good health, strength, and wisdom. The group reaffirmed their continued support for the Renewed Hope agenda, pledging to mobilize grassroots backing for the success of his administration. The FCT Renewed Hope ambassadors concluded by urging Nigerians to remain steadfast and supportive as the government works towards building a more prosperous and resilient nation. And now let's go to health matters. The Federal Capital Territory Health Service and Environmental Secretariat has graduated a new batch of National Health Fellows to strengthen Nigeria's healthcare system. The Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Muhammad Ali Pate, emphasized the need for a skilled health workforce. Yours truly compiles this report. A new set of National Health Fellows graduated in the Federal Capital Territory. The federal government initiative is aimed at strengthening healthcare delivery.
We're very proud of the National Health Fellows from all the 774 wards of the local governments of this country. We're very diligent, and the best of the best selected purely based on merit and employed to support the health professionals. So it's important that we show up. They have been trained, equipped, coached, mentored, enabled, and they have delivered amazing results. So we're very proud of them. And I had to show up to support the Mandate Secretary of the FCT, the FCT Civil Service Commission, the FCT Administration, as well as all those who have supported the program to show their appreciation here in the FCT, but also by extension in all the 36 states of our country.
The program focuses on building capacity and leadership, policy education, and community-based health systems for young professionals. The Secretary of the Health Services and Environment Secretariat, Dr. Adedolapo Fashawe, said the fellows will support the implementation of health programs across the territory.
We realize that we definitely do not have enough human resource to handle the problems being seen every day at the KBCs. But these health fellows have been trained, they've been coached, they've been mentored, and they will continuously receive training at each PHC that they are allocated to. And their work is to make healthcare more accessible, more affordable, and of the right quality to the citizens of Nigeria. This is an initiative of the President of the National Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, backed strongly by all the 37 states and the FCT. We are committed to making healthcare easy and within reach to every citizen of this country.
Government officials at the event also reaffirmed their commitment to sustaining health sector reforms with emphasis on primary health care delivery, reducing disease burden, and expanding access to quality health care services. Well, congratulations to the National Health Fellows, Federal Capital Territory, and hopefully their impact will be felt in the healthcare delivery in FCT. Now we'll take a break to be back with more stories. Do stay with us.
Good evening, glad to have you join us.
Thanks for joining us on Weekly News Wrap.
Thank you very much for having me.
And it is on that note we welcome you to today's edition of the program. I will celebrate creativity, lasting impressions.
There's no book stating that this is the role for men.
On the news.
On the news at 7.
The Unity Station, NTA Channel 5, Abuja.
Would say have a lovely day.
Thank you for staying with us. It is often said that the great institutions are shaped not merely by their structures, but by the people whose passion and commitment breathe life into them. For 3 remarkable decades, one woman has embodied excellence, integrity, and compassion within the Nigerian Television Authority, leaving an enduring imprint on all who have crossed her path. Today, we mark more than the close of a career. We celebrate a legacy defined by service, impact, and distinction. And now, this special report by correspondent Patricia Esamiluva on Olukemi Fakaye, whose voice continues to illuminate stories of purpose and legacy.
At NTA Channel 5 Abuja, affectionately known as the Unity Station, Olukemi Fakaye's name is synonymous with professionalism, integrity, and grace. Her journey, beginning from Akure to Lokoja and then to Abuja, built lasting friendships and strong professional connections. Her career demonstrates operational excellence and steady leadership in complex situations. Colleagues remember her presence as calm, observant, and influential, not the loudest one in the newsroom, but one that shaped decisions. As one among many of the colleagues puts it, her silence could speak as loudly as her words. She is regarded as a pillar of editorial strength, guided by principles of truth, fairness, and national interest. Even during her short tenure at NTA Channel 5 Abuja, her diligence and commitment to excellence left noticeable impacts, including improvements to staff welfare and work environment that stands the test of time.
I see her as a woman, just a few months she has been here. She has really put in her best. She's a woman that is, if she had more time, I believe she would do more. The little time she was here, we're able to see her very agile, working very hard, striving to see that things are in place.
When I came newly, this place was not looking like what it used to should be, like a standard MCR. But today, we can see the MCR everywhere is okay. Look at the state-of-art equipment that we've been able to get.
Her professional partnerships were long-standing, earning her the playful nickname Mr. and Mrs. among colleagues for her close working relationships.
Because of the way we have been working together and been relating very well, a colleague of ours nicknamed the two of us, just like a joke, Mr. and Mrs. That name apparently had gone far, But even our bosses now knowing that yes, once Wada is called or Mr. is called, they know that they are referring to Wada. And once Mrs. is mentioned, they are referring to Badenkemi. So that name has come to stay. So because of the way we are related and the way we are doing our job very well.
To younger colleagues, she remains a mentor and quiet support system, always encouraging growth and excellence. Her dedication to journalist welfare and professional standards earned wide recognition.
She believes in giving people the right opportunity for them to develop themselves and for you to be heard. To be heard in the sense that as producer of current affairs programs, she gives voices to the voiceless. That I know that as she is eating NTA, many of these things will play out.
Described as yet compassionate, she shaped careers while fostering a sense of family within the teams. Through ever-changing times, she remained a steady and reliable leader.
NTA staff that is going to be missed in the system. She has contributed a lot, and I think it wouldn't be out of place to wish her the best of luck as she retires successfully from the civil service.
Kemi's life reflects the truth that dedicated service leaves a lasting mark.
Kemi has given her all to NTA. She has done her assignment. She has gone over what was expected of her. And I pray that this retirement that she's going to embark upon will be a moment of peace, will be a moment of reflection for her, and I wish her the best.
After 30
Congratulations on your successful retirement from service. And still talking about service, it was an evening of glowing tributes, heartfelt reflections, and well-earned applause as Abdulrazak Leramo, Director of Administration, Economic Planning, Revenue Generation, and Public-Private Partnership, FCTA, took a final bow after 35 years of distinguished service. Family, friends, and well-wishers gathered to celebrate a man whose career has been defined by diligence, vision, and lasting impact. Madam Judge Titubo has the details.
The atmosphere was rich with admiration as colleagues and associates recounted the journey of a seasoned administrator whose fingerprints are firmly etched on the growth trajectory of the Federal Capital Territory. Abdulrazak Onivehu Leramo was described as a strategic thinker and a bridge builder whose work in economic planning and public-private partnerships helped unlock opportunities and strengthen revenue frameworks within the FCTA. Beyond the titles and achievements, speakers painted a picture of a man guided by integrity, discipline, and an unwavering commitment to service, qualities that earned him respect across board and set a standard for excellence within the nation's capital service system.
When a civil servant gets out of the service without any blemish, without any negative report, then you should be very grateful to God, because the service is a very sensitive one and people can easily go wrong. So I'm quite happy for Alaremo for coming out in such a very glorious manner.
He was inspiring, he was committed, and dependable.
Throughout my working relationship with him, I have come to realize that he is a committed administrator, somebody who is down to earth, straightforward.
In an emotional yet fulfilling reflection of gratitude to God, the celebrant, his family and colleagues returned glory to the divine favor, noting that the 35-year journey, though demanding, had been deeply rewarding in all paths.
I'm top of the world. It's not the fact that I have reached the retirement age of 60 only, but to see this multitude of colleagues, friends coming together to bring this together in my honor, what can subjectively describe it.
Of gratitude to God Almighty for everything He has done in our life. And I want to use this medium to appreciate His friends and colleagues for putting this together.
The celebration, punctuated with goodwill messages, presentations, and shared memories, was not just a farewell, but a resounding salute to a legacy of service as guests wish him a retirement filled with peace, fulfillment, and chat to new phase of life's adventures.
Congratulations, and away from celebration of dedicated service to another story from La Francophonie, an international organization representing countries and regions where French is spoken. The month of March is observed as Francophonie Month, a period set aside by the United Nations to promote the French language across the globe. Odiri Obaru Aruteri reports that the French nationals in Abuja celebrated Francophonie cultural diversity in a colorful way.
Suite au succès de notre cocktail du 26 mars,
French Language Day is marked on March 20th, symbolizing the creation of the Agency for Cultural and Technical Cooperation in 1970, which later became the International Organization of La Francophonie. Research shows there are about 321 million French speakers worldwide. The language is also official in several countries, including Switzerland, which hosts the United Nations headquarters in Geneva. In Abuja, Federal Capital Territory, the celebration was no different, as members of the Francophonie community gathered to showcase cultural heritage through music, dance, cuisine, and traditional attire.
There is this delicacy that is right here in my hand. It is called bâton de manioc, like cassava stick. It is cooked and being eaten with bitter leaf delicacy, the Cameroonian, one of the Cameroonian delicacy.
Ambassadors and members of Francophonie community spoke to NTA News on the significance of the annual French Language Day celebration.
We are the 28th, and it's very important for us to be together in order to celebrate not only the culture, the French language, but also the different cultures making up what we call the Francophonie organization. So cultures and languages and this kind of unity is in itself a power of Africa, a power of the Francophonie group in Nigeria.
We are seeing many countries in one place, showcasing their cultures and what they can do in their countries. Cultures are dances, food, drinks, and dressing.
And on the entertainment scene, two of Nigeria's biggest have won big again at the Mobile Awards. Let's have details of that.
Wizkid is untouchable right now as he just bagged Best African Music Act at the 2026 Mobile Awards, beating out Tyler, Davido, Rema, Tiwa Savage, Arya Starr, and more. That's his 7th Mobile trophy overall, more than any artist in the awards history. He made his first waves back in 2011 as the first African act to ever win a Mobile, and he's been leveling up ever since. And at 23, Arya Starr is already a legend as she has bagged Best International Act at the 2026 Mobile Awards for the 2nd year straight, holding off Cardi B, Ghana, Kelani, Tyler, and others. She's now in Elite company alongside Wizkid and Burna Boy as the only Nigerian stars to win that category multiple times. Sure, she lost Best African Music Act to Wizkid this year, but back-to-back international wins plus 2 Grammy nominations for Rush and Gimme That featuring Wizkid.
And it's on that note we draw the curtains tonight. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.